Hi and welcome back. In this video, we will talk about the EM units or the M units in CSS. Okay, so we have learned about the rem units, and what we saw, the rem unit is basically relative to the root element, like the root HTML element. Okay, by default, which is basically like the root HTML font size by default, which is basically 16 pixel. One rem equals to 16 pixel. But for M, like this EM, it is relative to the parent's font size. So what do I mean by that? So we have this basically, right? So we have the paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. So I'll just get rid of this, get rid of this. And here what we can do, we can have something like font size of 2em, and here inside of the container what we can do, container is the parent, right? So font size of something like 40 pixel. Okay, so if I just go to the browser right now, so if I just go here and say, so this is the font size, which is basically currently right now 40 pixels. Okay, basically why it is happening, because I forget to get rid of the paragraph 1. Okay, so it is only paragraph currently right now, right? Yep. Okay, so let me just go here. Okay, here we go. So here it is, and the font size is currently 80 pixel, and it is relative to the parent's font size, which is the container in our case. Okay, so for the container, if I just do something like 20 pixel, so the font size will be 40 pixel. Okay, so it is 40 pixel. So I hope that makes sense. And for the rems, rems are different. Rems are always referring to the root of the HTML font size, right? Root HTML font size. But here for this EM, it will be for the parent's font size. Okay. Now, what we can do, I want to show you something. So we have this paragraph, right? So I'll copy that. And inside of the paragraph, we will have another paragraph. Inside of this paragraph, we will have another paragraph, and save. Okay, so there is some issue, so let me just resolve that. Okay, so this is the paragraph. Okay, paragraph. Let me just convert that to a div. Okay, so here we have, oh, okay, so let me just get rid of this paragraph as well. And we will have a div. Okay, all right, so there we go. So we have the div, and I'll just copy this particular div. Okay, and inside of the div I will have another div, and inside of this div, okay, I will have another div. Hit save. Okay, now if I go here, and let me just go here inside of the font size. Okay, this is 20 pixel. All right, so now as you can see, like the first paragraph, which is here, okay, the first div which has this font size. Okay, so for the font size it was basically 40 pixel, and then it is getting doubled again and again and again, because what is happening here, so we have the font size of 2em. Okay, now for the paragraph, for the first one, this particular text, the font size will be 2em, which is in our case equals to 40 pixel. Then what will happen inside of the next paragraph, the what is the font size of the parent paragraph, which is here, so it is 40 pixel. So inside of here, so inside of this particular div, the font size will be 2 times of that, so that will be 80 pixel. Here it will be 2 times of that, that will be 160 pixel. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So that is why our font sizes are increasing quite a lot when we are having this. So if I just go here, and go. Okay, so all right, so here it is. As you can see, here is the font size. So the font size is 160 pixel. Okay, so but one other thing which I want to point out here, if I just use rem, then what will happen? Everything will have the same font size, because rem is referring to the root HTML element font size. Okay, so that is why the M units are not that much used quite often. You will definitely see the rem units quite a lot, okay, inside of the CSS code. Once again, there are some other things which I want to point out here. So for the height and the width, or some other things, like not for the font size, but for example, if I just do a border of let me just do something like 1 pixel or 2 pixel solid of cell, okay, slate blue, something like that, and let me just decrease that to 10 pixel, okay, the font size. So if I just go to the browser, as you can see, here it is. Okay, and also what I'll do, I'll just get rid of this one and this one as well. So we will have only one div which have the text. Okay, so here it is, and we have the border as well. Now if I do something like the height of, let's do 20 em, what do you think will happen? Will it referring to the font size of this? So okay, let me just do not 20, let's do 10 em. Okay, so what it will do, will that be going to the parent's font size and say like, okay, this is em, so I will go to the parent's font size, which is 10 pixel currently right now, and then it will be 10 times 10, which is 100 pixel? No. So only for the font size property, it will go up to the parent and check for the font size, and depending on that, it will multiply that with the m value. But for this one, what will happen, it will check for the height property or the other properties, it will check the font size of the current element, which is basically here, which is 2m. And what the 2m equals to, the 2m equals to 2 times 10, which is 20 pixels. So this, the height will be 200 pixel. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So if I just go here and computer tab, I will go here and height. As you can see, it is just rounding up, so it is approximately 200 pixels. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So for the other elements, for the other property, basically the height or some width or something like that, this m will refer to the current font size, and for the font size, it will refer to the font size of the parent. Okay, I hope that makes sense, and it is a little bit confusing, I know, but I hope that makes sense. And once again, we do not like use the m units quite a lot. We use the rem units because it is absolute. Also, it is changing depending on the root element font size. Okay, all right.